learn before we get into it. We know beyond any question that evil beings walk among us in flesh form, and the highest ranking of these evil agents are the spirits of Ephesians 6. This is what the Father has taught us. Yet there are those who teach and believe that these demonic angel beings decided to get together in heaven of their own accord and overthrow the Almighty Father in a massive coup. Now, if the created being called the devil was created and then fell without our Father's knowledge, attention, or control, in an independent act of his own will, would the inhabitants of the heaven or the earth ever be safe at any time? You see, how could you ever have faith in your Father if he could not handle his own house? You would not have an omnipotent and omniscient creator. You would have an absentee landlord. You would have a weak creator. And what this is done to make our creator, our Father, like the demons that roam this world, small. We can apply the same logic and understanding of our Father to Genesis 6, to the Nephilim. Now, if you play out the asinine fallacy to its logical conclusion, then who's to say that if all these other angels rebelled against the Father, who's to say that Jesus may not rebel? Or what if the Father goes crazy? Or what if other angels in heaven in the future, or even now, what if they go crazy? You see, maybe we could go through all the hell of this life, and it would all be for naught because evil beings decided to rebel against our Father, and they actually had the power to usurp his authority and steal the earth. Jesus said in the Gospel of John chapter 8, the devil was evil from the beginning. He said he was a murderer and a liar from the beginning. From the beginning. He did not decide to be evil. He was created evil. Now, so much of this misunderstanding comes from verses in Isaiah and Ezekiel that simply most people do not know how to read because most folks do not know how to read the Bible. According to the liars in the pulpits and the Babylonian agents on the internet, the Almighty Father is not actually in control of this world, his holy word, or even his own throne. The goal of these evil beings is to make our Father seem weak and insignificant. Now, if our Father is weak and insignificant, what does that say about us, the ones who love him, his children? You see where this is going. If we use our discernment, we can quickly see how the enemy tries to make us see ourselves and our Father as insignificant. We are taught that these demonic beings had free will, and all of a sudden they all got together in heaven and said, let's overthrow the Almighty Father. So why did our Father create these evil beings and then declare war on them and have them declare war on him and his children? The answer is quite simply, our Father needed an adversary. In fact, the word Satan means adversary. Our Father wanted his children to have an adversary. Now, if you're just starting to eat spiritual meat, this may be hard to accept. However, it is the truth. I want to recall to you a story in the Bible that is tantamount to understanding your Father, who you are, and his plan for us. The true Israelites were in bondage in Egypt. The Pharaoh became afraid of true Israel, and he wanted the people to go. He was afraid of their creator. He had seen the power. Now, hear me well. Your Father made the Pharaoh rebel against him so he could show his children how incredibly powerful he is. Your Father made the Pharaoh rebel so his children could see the love that he has for them. It is true that your Father gives these monsters much leash to work with because it's part of his plan. But let me explain this to you. They have the ability to procreate, but they do not have the ability to create. There's a big difference between procreation and creation. Your Father is the only creator. All this, everything that happens, folks, is about us and our overcoming this world. We're not here by chance. You were chosen to be here. Our Father is putting us through hell because he loves us, and he's trying us in the fire because he is conforming us to the image of Jesus Christ. We are a royal priesthood. We are what's called the elect. We can never appreciate the good if it were not contrasted with bad. Had we not known darkness, we could not appreciate the light. We must first be hungry to enjoy a good meal, pain and pleasure, light and darkness. We will also learn and understand that we cannot make it without our Father. In fact, this is the entire crux of the lives that we live. The Father is showing us that you cannot make it without him. We cannot make it without him. This is why we have an evil adversary. Now, with that being said, let's learn the